The joke had always been, one of these days I'm going to rip open one of these envelopes and the Holy Grail is going to fall out. It did. We're at the world famous gold and silver pawn shop on the fabulous Las Vegas Strip. Believe it or not, I have pawned hundreds of Super Bowl rings, but they always pick them up. The very first one I ever actually got to own, that's my 2001 Patriots Super Bowl ring. Brock Williams, he pawned the ring, he didn't sell it, okay? He was in Vegas, and we know what happens in Vegas. He needed cash, so I think the guy in the night shift actually offered him $10,000, but he only wanted $2,600 because it's a lot less expensive to pick it up that way. I mean, I'm sure he more than planned on picking it up, but then weird things happen in this world. What you don't see on my television show is most people just come down here to get loans. You know, I would loan them money, and then they will come back later and pay me back the money I loaned them plus some interest. We'd give people 141 days to pick up their merchandise. And after that, you know, every morning there's a thing called the defaults. These people loans people didn't pick up, they defaulted on it, it's now my property. There's envelopes I'd have to go through, and I opened one up and I just poured it out on my desk and it made a big clunk, and I'm going like, you gotta be kidding me.
We both kind of forgot about it, and then there you go, one day it just falls out of the envelope.
So this was the start of the super blingy Super Bowl rings. Okay, your first Super Bowl ring is only supposed to be 10 karat. It's only supposed to weigh so much, it's only supposed to have so much in diamonds. Well, Kraft apparently says, this is our first Super Bowl win, I'm gonna make the damn ring any way I want.
That particular Patriots ring is pretty gnarly. I mean, it's got a lot of stones in it. It's not your typical Super Bowl ring by any means.
To me, it's one of the coolest Super Bowl rings there ever was. It's 14 karat white gold, I think there's 143 diamonds, and they use sapphire and rubies for the logo. I don't want to sell it because what happens is someone will come in from, say, Boston and say, hey, he's got a Super Bowl ring in the showcase. He'll go home, tell his friends, they'll want to come in the pawn shop and see it.
One of these days, I'm gonna sell that thing when he's not around.
Realistically, a ring like that is probably worth $25. And I have sold Super Bowl rings for as much as $40,000. I put the ridiculous price of $100,000 on it, which is way too much money, but if someone wants to give me that, I'll actually sell it.
I think I'd sell it for probably around 60. There's a lot of guys out there I'm sure would love to have it. I mean, Dan Marino would probably love to have it. Tony Romo is probably gonna need to have it one day. Yeah, it's a lot easier than actually winning one, I guess.